So we're right on the edge now of the National Trust's Scotney estate. Have any of you heard of the National Trust before? They're one of our biggest conservation charities, and they're a huge charity. I used to actually work for them before I started teaching, but they're all over the country, and there's even bits in Scotland and in Wales as well. They have own properties and woodlands like this. So the National Trust are very they're probably popular with their old houses. So a lot of our old houses are owned and looked after by the National Trust, and we're actually going to stop and look at one, the Scotney House, and we'll actually go and have a look around one of the old houses. But what I've done is brought you to the woods to start with, and the reason really is to talk a bit more about the coppicing, which my students started to talk to you about this morning. And I didn't see the presentation, but they gave you a little bit of information, didn't they, about coppicing and the sort of thing that's done. We're going to walk into the woods and we're going to have a look at some of the coppicing that's taken place here, and we're going to talk about what the wood, the timber, is then used for. Okay, and then later on we're going to follow it on through, and we'll actually see from here where it's used and how it's used to heat the buildings at Scotney. So we'll sort of do a bit of a tour around. A bit later on we're going to meet a guy called James. Okay, he is the National Trust ranger for this property, and he's going to talk to you about the biomass boiler that they've got here, which is heating part of the old house and all that. So he'll give you a bit more detail on that. But we're going to look at the woods first. Okay, we start with the first product. So,